SEA.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the story so far. North, once again, struggling to put anything in paper on Inferno. Chad, are you raving?
There's the music's going. I'm feeling it.
Oh, I can still
feeling it. It's a Thursday. It's a Patrick's Day on Saturday. We're all going to have a good time.
Sometimes.
Do you want me to teach you a concept, Alex?
I used to.
Did you?
Wait, what?
I used to party on Thursdays. Wednesdays used to be my party day.
Wednesday and Thursdays were like the uni kid days.
Yeah, I
never went to uni.
Student union party night.
I was too busy fragging. Anyway, do you want me to teach you a concept?
Talk to me about
This is one that when you're communicating with people and you want to convey something, it's called the good bad sandwich. Have you heard of the good bad sandwich?
Talk to me. Okay,
so we have North. They just played Inferno. They didn't win many rounds. However, let's. This is the good. This is the first slice of the bread. Oh, we're going to start down the bottom. We're going to build the sandwich, right?
Okay, so you did the bad.
So no. We don't want to start with good.
It's not a sandwich, then, is it?
We're starting. Anyway, we're going to start with the good, and the good is they had a lot of executes on their T side. Look, polished executes that they've dry run time and time again that look good. Good smoke walls. Looks like there's no gaps. Good flashbangs. Right, that was all looking good. They won their first gun round off of a really nice A execute. However, they went for another A execute, which was not like a fake or a tweak of the first execute. It was just a completely different one that they had already moved out of position and changed and were ready for. That's the bad. Now we're going to give another piece of good. They got 4 rounds, was it?
It's a bad bit, isn't it?
Yeah,
So that's actually what you've done there is a good bad bruschetta.
It's like an open. It's like an open sandwich.
The good base and the bad.
But you understand that the rationale here is because you want to be like, hey Alex, your hair's looking really good today, but I don't like your shirt. Your jacket's cool though.
Oh, what? I see. Because you told me you don't like my shirt, but I felt like I didn't care because I was getting 2 good little sausages in there as well.
Yeah. So I've
Yanko,
softened the blow of the bad.
I didn't understand much of it, but it does sound like one shit sandwich you made there, Chad.
Yeah, it's a bad sandwich.
Throughout. If you're going to lose 16-4.
Yeah,
like
now we have some highlights. This was so close to like a 1v5. Are you boys catching any of this?
Yeah, this is spicy.
We saw it live, Alex, actually.
Incredible.
You know, while we were watching the game, it was great. And it was so ridiculous how Mertz won the 1v1 in the end just by running through Banana and just runs and like
a plank of wood, some might say.
Yeah, but you know, a win is a win no matter how he got it. But yeah, all in all, it was just a great performance from Astralis. You could see how I was talking about they need to be aggressive. Well, when those executes came in, they were aggressive. You know, when the smoke wall comes for long, you could see players jumping through that smoke to support their teammates within the site. And yeah, North would get the bomb down a couple of times, but it was most of the time it was in a situation where they were at a disadvantage, you know, either in numbers or in positioning, you know, maybe even a 2v2, but it took them so long to get control of the site and put the bomb down that Astralis' players were already on the flank in good positions and they were winning all of those clutches.
I'd like to start a more general discussion.
I like general.
Have you got something for us, Chad?
Well, I'm trying to get my magic going on right here.
Can I do some magic first?
You can do some magic first.
This is actually insane. I was just looking, I was like, you can see their recent results, and it was clearly a lot of red. So I've gone and brought up every result from North in 2018. Are you ready for me to list off the teams they've lost to?
Yes.
You ready for this? This is a long list, but they started their performance in January versus Vega Squadron. They lost that. So here we go. They've lost to Vega, Astralis, Big, Heroic, Na'Vi, Hellraisers, SK Gaming, Heroic again, Na'Vi, NIP, FaZe, sure, Heroic again, NIP, Mouse Sports, LDLC, Envious, Astralis.
Doesn't sound good, does it?
It's actually gone horribly rough.
One of the few teams in the world that managed to lose to both Envious and LDLC.
Was
Was it even in the same week?
It was.
Yeah, it was.
It's a miracle.
That's not good, is it? That's some bad counter.
That's a bad sandwich right there.
You want to see some good counter?
Sure.
I got the heat map up here on HTV.org, and this is from Glaive, the top fragger.
Okay.
He's, let me try and frame this a little bit better for all the ladies and gentlemen at home. So this quadrant of the map here, the blue is the killer position, right? That's where Glaive was getting his kills from. Now, I want you to, yes, CT side only. I want to direct your attention to the position that it appears he was playing a lot, which is that arch swing position, right? He's rotating in, and Yanko was talking about this, pushing in front of those smokes. A smoke's going to land where you see a lot of that blue over towards, I guess we'll say library, right? Mini pit is what we used to call it in Australia. A lot of the blue there is him playing aggressively through smokes to either help the arch side to get kills or to help the bomb side out by pushing through and backing up the players who are stuck, you know, in the side or in the pit when those smoke walls come in. That's a very pivotal spot, and that's something that you traditionally see from in-game leaders, right? They're playing that kind of a swing role in limbo, helping out, because he's traditionally a B player, right? He plays over towards B.
But I mean, that's not a spot, is it? Like, I assume the green means that's where he's got most of his frags, right?
Well, no. Okay, so that's where he got multiple kills in that position.
Right. So what I'm saying is that he's just standing by a moped in the middle of nowhere. That shows he's obviously
pushing through and being aggressive.
Yeah,
catching people off while they're trying to take other jewels.
Naughty boy.
Capitalizing.
Damn.
Good job, Glaive. 23 kills, I believe. 23
kills, top of the scoreboard for Astralis, and in a 20-round game,
Love
he's
to see
certainly
it.
doing a fantastic
And
job.
I love to see that because, you know, lately we've been seeing a lot of patience, I guess, being exerted from players, you know, in these situations. Just going to stand and wait for my teammates or teammate to rotate in, and then we're going to do this as a unit. But what's the point in waiting for your teammate if you're going to be in a 2v3 after plant or a 2v3 retake situation on Inferno? You're not going to win that round 9 times out of 10. So in some of these situations, it was Glaive pushing through a smoke, getting maybe, you know, 2 kills and dying, or getting 1 kill and falling back, which really made the difference for Astralis in some of these rounds on Inferno.
Yeah, absolutely. And then up next is Nuke. Now, it's normally we would have said North are one of the teams that can truly contend on Nuke, and that was a while ago, admittedly pre-roster change. Now, of course, 2 new members, no Cajun B and no Key. Wait a second.
Config.
Thank you.
They both start with a K.
Yeah.
I'll let you off the hook there.
Thank you.
I think looking at the first map and what we've seen out of North, they definitely have executes. They have set strategies, right? They can throw smokes.
Yeah.
They know how to do that.
Sure.
The problem is...
Great ingredient for a sandwich.
Yes. The problem is they're just not getting the kills, right? They're not actually being able to convert. And when you play such an execute-heavy brand of Counter-Strike, your individuals, they're not initiating duels and stuff. You're not playing like traditional fundamental Counter-Strike. You're just trying to do the execute and hope that your smokes are enough to push the CTs back or to find the gaps that you need.
It's basically as if you're trying to make a sandwich with only bread. It's not enough, Alex. It's not a sandwich if you only have bread.
You need some meat.
I mean, it could be a sandwich with just bread. You just get some really nice bread, a bit of butter.
You need the mayonnaise in your sandwich.
What else do you need?
And the lettuce.
Yeah?
And the meat.
And the onion.
And the tomato.
Bacon.
Alex.
Oh my God. I know what sandwich you'll make. Jalapenos as well.
It sounds more like a burger than a sandwich.
Get out with your jalapenos.
Okay, anyways, talking of jalapenos, this could be a spicy game. I mean, we're really counting on a little bit more resistance from North on Nuke. Actually, if you have a look at Astralis' recent results on the map itself, they haven't played it all that often.
No, it's still quite a newly introduced rework, right?
Come on. Oh, the rework. I'm talking about Nuke in general. We don't see Astralis on it.
Well, they did like a lot last year, right? They played a lot of Nuke last year. I think it's just this year with the rework and stuff, it's really dropped off.
Okay.
It's a map, you know, that you need to spend a little bit more time on in practice to see where it kind of lands.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll have to wait and see.
That worked out real
they played against Astralis, against Heroic. Astralis played against Heroic as well in Pro League, and that was a loss, right? It was the day after the win versus FaZe. They lost to Heroic, and Heroic also beat North and without Yugi. So we'll see how Astralis have progressed on the map since that game.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the big question. Now, another big question for the Astralis roster is, do they genuinely have an opportunity to do what they couldn't with before? You know, now we've seen the roster change. We have lost Kirby, got Magic Skin. When they had Kirby, we were expecting them to be the top 2, top 3. They didn't really fulfill that, did they? 2 event wins in the entire year is just not sufficient.
Counter-Strike's in a weird spot at the moment, I think, with the top 3 teams.
Yeah, I think it's rather messy. You know, I think it's very competitive in a sense that
anyone can win.
Yeah, anyone can win. But I think in terms of the Counter-Strike we're seeing, it's not the best we've seen
I agree.
Ever. And I think for Astralis, the question whether they can be the best is, for one, they played a more regimented style throughout 2017, like a more reserved, constrained style. So you wonder, where are some of their players individually, right? How good is actually Device if you let them loose a bit more, and Dupree and Magis now in the lineup, right? In comparison to some of the guys on FaZe or on Cloud9 or potentially SK, although they're probably going to make some roster changes of their own. So for me, that's the thing. They've always played like really good fundamental Counter-Strike, really good team Counter-Strike, but you know, you need to have more than that to really cement yourself and win more championships.
I think they're looking looser now. I think they're definitely playing a looser style of Counter-Strike now, but just especially Dupree and Device, right? Those guys are playing, you know, they're not as regimented by any means, and even Glaive in that matchup there, pushing through a lot of smokes, being very aggressive in that regard. I think, though, with Counter-Strike at the moment, and I was talking to Glaive in Katowice, and I said, what is this event for you? He said, it's a practice event. Here's the problem we have. We have so many top-tier events, calendar, like year-round, right? And the calendar's absolutely chock-a-block with them, that not every team is prioritizing the same event to be the event they want to win. The only one that I would say is the majors, and then we constantly get plagued with these roster issues, or for whatever reason, like there's a lock or something like that happens. And that's not good. That's not the place you want to be. We want to be going into a Katowice or a Cologne with every single team attending, wanting to win and at full strength.
I mean, that's the dream. And the odds are not dreamy for North fans either. You can see exactly how our bookkeepers are giving very little hope to North. And interestingly enough, though we have just seen Inferno, another poor performance from them, they've managed to get 13 rounds over 2 days in 3 maps of Inferno. That's abysmal. Poor stuff from them. In Nuke, they have played as well as a 16-11 in the Pro League versus Heroic. Now they stand versus another Danish rival, and the guys who are going to be weaving that tale for you are to my right. We have Henry G and Sadikist. Gents, we keep talking about how crazy Counter-Strike is at the moment, but when you look at these 5 names, you'd think North would be getting more than 4 rounds.
You'd hope so. Obviously, they're in a rebuilding phase right now. They have attended events, though, but still, it's not looking promising. I don't see any kind of advancements in terms of the strategies. Like, sure, the set pieces are there.
There was some more set pieces.
There was some strategies, sure, but no one's killing anyone. That's a problem. Valda's non-existent, and I guess we'll get into the second map. We'll see what happens, as we'll have 5 sets of armor for North, and on the CT side, hopefully that'll be something positive for them. Maybe it could even be even worse. Who knows? As Glaive gets the PT-50 out, so does Device. He's got that Superman set up with the armor as well, and they'll be heading towards outside with the aforementioned upgraded pistol, looking to open things up as Kiabi investigates outside and decides to fall back.
North had an 8-7 half the other evening against Heroic, a very slow start on their CT side, where they start again this time. Kiabi gives them a better of a start, perhaps. Takes down Device. 2 kills as he found Glaive as well, but Magisk gets Valda in the open toward the ramp. Just to go back to the point against Heroic, though, it was an abysmal T-side from North.
Well, there we go. It will be 2 kills for Kiabi, though, so that's positive. Device and Glaive going down. Like I said, if Valda, once he gets things like that, you just want to get yourself in towards the most annoying, difficult position downstairs to try and get a 1 cheeky frag, but I guess they still maintain the advantage, so it's absolutely fine. It will be easy to patrol towards lower, using the silo as his bodyguard there. Dupree heads towards outside, finds that PT-50 that was dropped by Device. We'll see if he can use it to greater effect.
Dupree with the P250 will swing around the back stairs. AZ's inside of the site, inside of the vents. Rather, inside of the vents. He's watching when they exit toward, and Dupree might head that direction with the P250. So AZ's USP gonna have to be quite spot on. Good crosshair placement, but a little slow to react. Dupree, that bullet whizzed by his ear, but he gets the shot in return, and now we're down to a 3 versus 3. Good response from Astralis. The bomb plant to match as Magisk holds off MSL. Thought about potentially swinging out to try and deny the bomb plant, but that's exactly why Magisk was in such position. As he starts to look out toward Kiabi, win that duel quite so easily. Zipix playing at New Box. Knows he's going to have company, and Dupree, read by Mertz as he tries to flank back around behind them. Zipix, oh, you've got to check this. This is why this box exists now, and Mertz, I think he's given himself just enough time.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine with that one. It will be a little bit close for comfort, but it's absolutely okay. And there we go. It will be North picking it up. We'll just confirm that. There we go. And yeah, it was a really weird round overall. The fact that it was a 5 versus 3 and then Astralis even get the bomb down there was surprising. Zipex once again bested by Mertz in another 1 versus 1. The USP comes out on top. 2 kills of Majors was influential in getting that bomb down, but not quite enough to win the round. They'll go for a little upgrade in the form of a Deagle and a PT-50, getting those AKs out once again in the 3rd round. North a little bit more prepared for this time as they get 2 M4s. Don't need a ton of utility here on a map like Nuke. You can just drop the incendiary at the start. MSL opting for the MP7 instead. As he gets on top of the hut, we'll be looking towards Squeaky Door.
M4. Kirby gonna wait inside of the garage, but the M4's certainly with the crossfire at the ready, so Mertz can watch toward the entrance at Secret. Kirby can watch the wrap toward the main entrance. Together they can work, but Mertz backing off early, suspecting perhaps that with no one showing at that point in time, they wouldn't at all, is actually going to mean Kirby has no idea as to what is to his left. Thankfully, Mertz has considered that. Now Kirby should step out. That should be the call. Flashes off. Don't have a Magisk. Oh, that's great. because he snuck down from Silo on top of the main entrance, pops out where they could not see him at all. At least Mertz couldn't make the call, catches off KRB. Still, though, North in control as MSL gets one from top of hut. Mertz, from a distance, will find Device. Only ahead by one in all of this, mind you, but they've got that M4 for range, and the others inside. Bomb nowhere near the site just yet, but Glaive could surprise them. Unfortunately for him, just a Glock to work with. And this is going to open directly into Valda, who's apparently not quite ready. That's going to leave him very, very vulnerable to a 71 HP, excuse me, I shouldn't say exist. Man who does exist with 71 HP, Xyp9x with the MP7.
Yeah, and he got 15 seconds here. Wants to die, believe it or not. He'll be pushing through and trying to just take one kill down with him. 10 seconds remain. Down he goes. Mertz will pick it up, and it will be 2-0, but the AKs come out next, and North are on a tight budget now in terms of what they can bring into the next round. It'll be a mixture of UMPs. They've saved M4s. What's MSL going to pick up? Goes for another UMP. Actually drops a weapon over. It will be easy to get the 4th rifle. 5 of them for Astralis here. We'll see if they can post their first round. 2-0 in the opening few rounds here. They've got kits. Easy with no utility whatsoever, and this looks like a faster approach from Astralis. All 4 players make it 3 heading towards the door. Dupree will try and get that first kill, but this checks the main entrance, and AZ will just a few kills from the hut. The 3 in total. Very nice stuff. Gets 4 in total, and then it will be a very clean round for North, and they shut down the 4 spy. It will be 3-0, maybe even a bit more here. AZ getting it done. This is looking much better by North. They've pretty much bested their round total on Inferno. One more will do it. Looking a lot more promising here.
Yeah, it certainly is. As they haven't conceded any rounds as of yet, we go into an anti-eco situation once more as well. Keep in mind that, again, they had that very slow start to Heroic, so much better this time by. They still need to accumulate as many rounds as possible. If their T side the other night was anything to go off of, little boost. Top of the box for KRB, sees above the smokes. It's an interesting approach. We don't see that too often, actually, on that box, but no one there. Typically speaking, you would go up to the catwalk, which formerly existed.
Yeah, gone now, but never forgotten. Round number 4, just Eagles here. No armor, no nades, and damage already inflicted. It's not looking too good for Astralis. Could we have similar scenes to what we had in Inferno in terms of the scoreline? Who knows? Maybe North can come back fighting. 4-0 looking likely. They have inflicted damage to all the CTs as well. You can see MSL down to 39, Valdo 60, KRB down to 40. So they are going to be wounded. Those Deagles can find some one-shots now, but KRB looking towards the main entrance. Spot 1. Really nice shot to take down Magisk.
And another good shot from Valda. Pretty straightforward, truthfully. Walks up the stairs, sprays down Xyp9x. Mertz from inside of the lockers, catches Glaive lurking through, and immediately it's down to just Dupree, who's made noise at Squeaky and taking a good amount of damage from AZ. All 5 staying alive for North, building up that money yet again, and 4 dead. 5 dead, excuse me, 4 rounds for North, 5 dead for Astralis. They'll get guns back out on this particular round with AK-47s at a maximum loss bonus. They'll get decent utility at least.
No AWP.
No. Either side.
I guess at this point, Mertz will be planning it if they have a loser round at this point. Don't fix what isn't broken, I guess. 5 rifles will suffice for now. Valda is challenging outside, but Dupree rising to the occasion there. Straight on the silo, takes 2 of them down there, trying to get a bit aggressive. 5 versus 3 should be the first round for Astralis now. It's up to Mertz to try and deny them any sort of access towards the secret steps. Device doesn't want to cross just yet. They haven't really had to use much utility whatsoever. They head towards the ramp, waiting for their teammates to get there first. Maybe pull a rotation from outside before Dupree goes any further.
Mertz backs off. Work on Device successfully, but he found AZ before that. Now look at the situation, because Astralis looking poised to take their first round. It's Dupree to find Mertz jumping around outside, and MSL left in a 1 versus 4. Bomb had snuck by and found lower. And he's going to try and find the exit. Keep that M4 for the next round. Just take a peek at the money. It's important that 4 players stay alive for Astralis, given that they are going to be going against a reset. You'd think that MSL wants to go for a little bit more, cause some reinvestment, but I think that North's actually surprisingly lower than I think on this, because remember, 5 players stayed alive last round.
They get $1,400 with the M4 save from MSL. They should be okay, at least for a buy. You'll see them having around 5k per player, a little bit less for Valda. But MSL could drop him. FAMAS maybe even So UMP, we'll see what he decides to go. 2900 for him to drop. That's all they'll need. So UMP, I assume, comes in the hands of MSL right now. We'll have a look. Here's Dupree jumping up quickly on the silo, finds two aggressive players there. Not the greatest shot on the first, but the second one was crisp. Takes down Kiabi. Will it be the UMP? Oh, they actually managed to get 4 M4s here. Mertz with the AWP this time, so they'll have a very strong buy here, but this is the last of the funds. Mertz goes towards Squeaky Door, tries to find the first pick, certainly will get it, takes down Zipex, he made it out the door. Fast approach towards outside, could work out. Glaive takes down Kiabi just before the smoke blooms there. Good AK spray. Mertz trying to cause some damage there with the HE, will not connect. Going for an outside play here, but the bomb's still down all the way back in spawn, so can't really do much with it, even though they do get a player down there. Glaive successfully makes it, 4-4. I'd say on this particular map, it's probably quite equal in terms of who it favors. Like, you just got upper and lower. One player is always required to hold the lower bomb site. Glaive will be making his way down there now. That's just making sure no one else can join him.
MSL at the hut. And entrance to watch. Can't quite see through the window in hut anymore, so I should take that back, I suppose. The place formerly known. As AZ works back up the vent, he'll at least join in on MSL so they can converge on upper together. It's Volda down below who's actually going to play the vent hallway rather than the entrance to control. Being aggressive about it as well, rather than playing the headshot angles that exist on the stairs. Wants to catch them off quickly. Meanwhile, Astralis have other ideas. Good timing as they catch off MSL jumping back on top of the hut. Volda does get Glaive in return, but they've lost Volda now as that's traded out. And with the vents down, they've gotten through through upper to lower, I should say. Yeah, they should get the bomb down here. You can see Mertz is in the ramp room, but the bomb can be planted behind the silo, of course, and it's going to be very difficult for them to do much of this at all. If anything, AZ, though, drops down. Great shot to take down Mages, and that's given them at least a lifeline here. Device has to shot. Why is he looking at the sink? Does he want to wash his hands? Flashbang?
I have no idea.
I don't know what he was expecting. You're right. Well, he can wash the blood off himself in the next round because this one he's done for. Dupree. Oh, Mertz is going to go by him. No angle to the bomb. He's got to go in the open, and Mertz is going to be standing beside him. 5 seconds. Luckily, it's 10-second defuse. Does he get him off of it? He's going to hold it. He's going to hold it because he's got 1 second left. A second sooner, maybe he gets the kill against AZ, who then responds by ticking Dupree's head clean off. 5-1. Reset comes in. Thankfully, they kept 4 alive in the last round because they'll be able to buy again on the Astralis side.
10-second defuse. Nerves of steel there from AZ. Manages to pick up the AWP as well, but they know the money is low on the north side. They'll buy up everything they can. The orb comes out for the first time from Device. They'll take a pause as well to discuss their options. North know the funds are low. From us for Kiabi. Mertz has to step up here. He's got 7 kills so far. This is much better from North. Already taking more rounds than they did on Inferno. 5-1. It is a reset for Astralis, but the round they had before was clean. With the bomb going down as well, there is still enough money for them. Whoever wins this forces their opposition onto an eco. If North can do that, fantastic scenes for them. 6-1 up, maybe even 7 with this round. It's actually North to take the time out, like we said. Their money is low. They've tried to go aggressive outside, got wrecked by Dupree. We'll be getting back into it momentarily. Bomb down at the front of the pack there. Spawns have been moved forward in this iteration of Nuke for both sides. Meaning you can have faster gameplay, more opportunities to rush perhaps. Glaive flashes towards outside. Effective somewhat, but Mertz not phased by that. Device trying to find the first pick as he'll make his way towards outside. Probably can see Mertz there. I was about to say, it definitely could. That was a weird angle for Mertz to hold. Like, this is giving himself a disadvantage. As he tries to react here, pushes towards Squeaky Door, looking to take down Zipex. He holds towards the main entrance of the lobby.
It's back out, and AZ wins against Magisk. Smoke toward main entrance. Device, the next that perhaps wants to get into upper, but as he holds with the AWP, they've already started working down the vents and subsequently the bomb to outside to get in secret, so lower looking likely for Astralis at this point in the round. Setpix just needs to confirm that he's cleaned across. Good shot from Device to find AZ working back in. That covers off the vents, by the way, because AZ could have easily snuck by and gotten lower. Kiabi to find Dupree. Never checked to his left, but information no less, because at that high elevated on rafters, they know there's going to be less likely anyone else will be downstairs. Volda trying to rotate as well. This should be Astralis safely planted and secured into a positions in which they can convert the round. In fact, North may not even consider going for this.
Yeah, I don't think they will. They're trying to find any AKs that are kicking around, and there's one. KRB will find it, and they know their eco next round. So they're going to force. Might as well have 2 rifles to go with it. Astralis, decent approach there. 3 kills for Device. Like I said, Mertz, really odd position for himself to hold. He was very exposed. That's him showing a bit of his inexperience, perhaps. Like Device just thought, well, if you're going to give me a free kill, I'll take it. And there we have it. It will be round number 7 going away from North here. They do manage to save a smoke, an AK defuse kit, so it's not too bad. His teammates will be going in with maybe CZ's armor, maybe a UMP or 2. We'll see whether that comes through. At 5-2, we actually have a competitive game here, it seems, as Astralis look pretty decent there. So indeed, KRB can drop a FAMAS, and he drops a UMP instead. He actually drops 2 of them. That's quite smart. So there we go. Should be actually be okay with 2 rifles and 3 UMPs. Whether they can win it is a different story altogether. Valda will take the other rifle, of course. And here we go, round number 8. Orb still in the hands of Device. Bree going for that fast pick. So is Device. Flashbang's perfect. Closes the door behind him. And it's a 5-4.
Valda working back in toward the lobby. Can at least take down Dupree, and he's done that successfully, but that gives Xyp9x the entrance or right to do so. Outside, gets the shot very quickly. Xyp9x now works toward the ramp with the bomb. It's down to just 2 against the North, having a bit of an opposite sort of situation as the other night against Heroic. They started off well, but now it's starting to slip as Astralis come to grips and the terms with the half and with the money, certainly with the defensive setup from North as they continue to tear it apart. Bomb planted lower once more. It comes late in the round, arguably. It's not like they're rushing lower through Squeaky or through Secret, excuse me, or toward the ramps. They're playing picks and actually just getting there based on the rotations from North.
Yeah, it's looking great. Astralis with 3 rounds in a row now. It's going to be the save weaponry once again. 2 rifles to be taken into round number 9. As we'll see Astralis save the AWP Device coming to life now. Showing that the T-side orb can be very powerful indeed. Opening picks. 3 of them in the last round. 5-3 we have got on our hands. It's confirmed. Astralis are chasing now. He's getting 1 kill. Towards the ramp, so he'll save his rifle. So will they force by again? I doubt it. They'll probably take PT-50s or just CZs here as the loss bonus accumulates at 3rd stage now.
So smoke goes outside. Glaive's going to be in that direction from Astralis. Certainly won't be alone as they're rotating Dupree onto the silo. He's got an AZ as well with his heightened vision. Enlightenment. So we call it. Device will take down MSL. Mertz will get on top of the hut, but 5 versus 3. North down yet again, and with 1 AK, at least something perhaps to work with, but not much. When you consider that it's on top of the hut and the rest of the map is wide open for Astralis to play with.
5 on 2 now. Mertz, the only AK remaining. Astralis getting into the swing of things here. KRB might get 1 kill here. Looks like they won't even go down that area. Bomb still T-spawns, so lots of kills found, but not really doing much of it yet. KRB might get this one, but not meant to be. 5 on 1. Mertz will have to provide an amazing performance here. We have seen 5 on 1 recently. Can't even get the first kill. Down he goes. 5-4. And North should have money at this point. Not an amazing amount with the loss bonus accumulating, but still looking to deny Astralis tying things up here at 5-5. They have 2 pauses remaining, North. Already used 1. This is their 2nd. Nuke is a bit of a weird one right now. It's a bit of an unknown quantity. Hasn't really been played too much at tournaments. We're not sure who's the best team at it. That's a great shot from Glaive. A real cheeky position from Valda to hide behind the steps there. Still didn't find the kill. Towards that main entrance. Here's the kill. He got the player towards the secret steps.
With that, they get within 1 now of North. Flash goes high, Mertz pushes in, and didn't quite get the lineup I thought he might get with that door being blown out and then pushing toward it. Smoke does eventually go down, so they've got the door open but covered off. Perhaps use that for later. Mertz fall off behind blue, and in doing so gives him a slight gap towards secret. No smokes deployed there as of yet. Might have been one that went deep. I saw... What smoke is that?
Guess it was main entrance.
This one, I mean, in front of the lockers.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, I don't know where that was thrown from. That must have been a failed smoke. Like, there's no point in smoking those windows that I can think of. Like, there's so many other positions out there.
Sure, I guess it's just a commonplace for the AWP to maybe get towards when he's like transitioning from the nest. That doesn't want to go outside and be exposed.
Yeah, perhaps. Thought I didn't see where it was thrown, if it was a fail or if it was just landed there on purpose, but interesting. Valda takes down Xyp9x, 3 versus 4. Carby will continue to work around and try and find Device, but gets caught out in doing so by Glaive. That's actually a huge kill, because that would have been the opt-down for Astralis and the man advantage for North in doing so. But Glaive gets there just in the nick of time, as AZ wants to try and contribute by retaking toward the secret stairs. MSL behind the silos. AZ to duel. Oh my goodness. Good shot. Device up close. And again, North find themselves on the back foot.
Really much they can do with this one, but maybe MSL can find a lifeline. Great play from the upper bomb site. It's just Glaive now to try and shut them down. Bomb will be planted, 10 seconds remaining. It's Valda, pretty far removed from the situation, but timing could be key here. Has to make his way up the ladder. Has got no kid, a flashbang, low HP, spots him. And, oh, I thought that was the kill.
I thought it was as well, yeah, the way we snapped out of the camera angle as well. This gives Glaive a huge chance because it wasn't the kill. He has HP and he knew exactly where Volda was. 3 kills for Glaive. He pulls the round back. I thought that was done as well. I thought that was easily a hit.
Well, there we have it. 5-5. North lose their massive lead, and it's not looking too great right now. 3K and CZ's coming out. Deagle, CZ, USP just for Mertz. This is going to be a very easy round for Astralis from what I can gather. No armor purchase really, just an MSL with the CZ.
Smoke gonna bounce. And land in the doorway. Mertz. Trying to spot back in through the smoke. Oh, surely he spotted him there. Anyway, he chooses not to do anything about it with just the pistol to work with, and this pistol's not doing much work at all. Magisk certainly feels a little bit of pain in the round, but overall it's just AZ remaining. They find Mertz trying to sneak back in late. CZ for AZ gets 1, might get a second. The way, we'll see those peek out wide and with such grace, but it's now 6 in a row for Astralis. What a turnaround. Look at the money for them as well.
Yeah, it's looking fantastic. AWP for Device, and there will be a pause again. He'll bring up the AWP. North struggling now. Great signs at the very beginning, winning the pistol quite cleanly, getting that huge lead, but they've lost it now, and it's the T side against them as well. They'll have to switch over at half, and that's when they go on the T side. That's when they really struggled on Inferno. Device getting kills with the smoke. Of course he did. Took down Valda. Glaive chiming in at the same time with Magisk. Great work. Very clean round. Guns will be coming out again. 1 quarter remaining for North.
So with that, it's the AWP for Mertz to go against Device, and Device has looked rather sharp with it so far. You're going to open the door yet again. That's, oh, look at this. That's perfect. No one to contest it. No utility down in front of him. No one in the angle pre-existing. So he should be able to get a shot toward AZ if AZ is forced to rotate that direction. If he's forced to rotate that direction, he's already down. In fact, Device did hit it, so through the edge of the wall. I was thinking he might go back toward Heaven and play support to his teammate in the big garage, but Device got there first and well shot. We talked about that window used to have that angle. Now he just opens the door on his own and takes it.
Well, there we go. It seems like he had to adjust, and it's working out for him. 4-4, 1-12. Smokes deployed. AWP. On either side, Mertz looking to step up with the AWP. He'll have to now. This is all falling apart once again, all too familiar from North. after getting completely destroyed on Inferno. MSL has to step up. I think they may have flashed themselves as they came for the door. I'm not sure. Either way, it's going to be equal for now. 3 versus 3, but Mertz looks away at the wrong time, and it will be Glaive of the M404. 3 kills to go, though, for the north side. Device ready and waiting. 30 seconds now. Perfect positioning, but can't quite find the perfect shot. Bomb will be planted. For his chance to finish the round off. They know exactly where Kiabi is. I don't think North will be able to do much with this one. I hate to be a pessimist at this point, but it's looking very bleak. Device completely containing Kiabi towards outside, and we'll see if the M4s can do this. They have got the kit available. Incendiary. Is that going to be thrown on the bomb? Matt, that is not where you want to throw an Incendiary.
No, that doesn't really make a lot of sense. Device back out. Can't hit the shot despite having the lineup.
Yeah,
gets it.
There's still flames in the bomb.
All right, they've gotten to it. Ooh, it's close. I think they've got it. Got it. So North finally with a round, but even that took some skill. A little bit of luck on their side, and a bit of a jostle. Bomb plant again for Astralis, leaves us 6 aside. It all is fine, Henry. They made it work in the end.
It was a weird round, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the drama, the anticipation with the Molotovs and everything like that, but it all works out. North do manage to get one on the board, but at what cost? They still are limited here. You know, the MP7 for MSL, Device boosted up again with the AWP, and Mertz through the smoke, cleanly through the smoke towards that squeaky door, does take down Zipex. 5 on 4, Mages low HP as well. This looks like North could take the lead once again. Dupree trying to find rotating kills as the CTs fall back to more defensive positions at that same smoke towards main entrance. Mertz will try and hold on to the lead here using the air conditioning units. A position we are interested in when this kind of version of Nuke, not this exact one, but when we saw this added, we thought this would be a really promising spot for Orpers. You can see how powerful that can be as he takes down Device, can hide up. Dupree silently makes his way towards Mertz, though. And will he get more than just one here?
Ooh,
maybe.
He might. I don't know if he knows that Mertz is there. He certainly suspects it. There it is. Bang, bang, take the first shot first, and then look at Mertz. He looks at the door like, where'd that come from? Never had a clue as he gets taken down by Dupree. Well played. Well executed. And now it's... Oh no, Majestic Raiders. We're back to a 2 versus 2. I was going to say now it's Astralis in control. They've given that away. Poor Majestic. Just didn't want to do this anymore, apparently. And easy to close the round. 2 kills from him in the end, and those are the 2 that matter. 7-6. North pull it back. So again, it was 8-7 the other night against Heroic. Tonight might end up something similar. There it was. Outside, no less. Poor guy. You know... You got to feel for him. If someone just reached out, maybe he would have been okay.
Well, there we have it. Matthew.
I wish you would step back
this
from
is looking
that
like North to win
ledge,
this.
my friend.
What are you saying?
If good. Touched. You know that song, the Three-Eyed Blind or whatever it is? I forget what it's called. But yes, it does look like North could. They're actually giving us a case. Again, I highlight that they... Ooh. Good shot, Mertz. They actually were leading at 7 against Heroic and then fell flat on their T side. So I'm still a little bit skeptical, but yeah, certainly a chance.
I'm hyped. I'm on the North bandwagon right now.
Well, I'm going to say South.
Well, we'll see. You know, that was brilliant. That was some of your best work.
Thank you.
Final round coming in. It hasn't been the most exciting, obviously. I think that's one of the reasons it has to be removed as well. We don't really. It's not one of those maps you're going to see any crazy stuff going down, right? You're not going to see a simple, amazing quad kill of the AWP on the upper bomb side. Like, it's not going to happen. It's all just like 1 kill, full back, reposition, walking around, getting events, and there's like really awkward kills.
I think it's more about dynamics, and you're exactly right. Play outside, switch to ramp, switch to upper, switch. Yeah. In that sense, it's kind of cool. It's somewhat what is that? Stellar smoke, and now they realize, guys, I wanted to go there. Can we get another one? Oh, and that one's shallow as well. Cross cut off by Kierby. Read by Mertz as the communication came his direction, and now he sets up for when they wrap around the second corner. He's got that as well, falls off, and oh, look who's next in line. Well, it was easy, but he's dead. Mertz realizes that and deals with it accordingly. That was just far too easy for North. Guys, they're going secret. Let's send everyone to shut them down. That's exactly what they do. 6-9.5, or 9-6 if you're a North fan, because they're the ones in the lead, one better than against Heroic, and now they've got a chance if they can get the pistol to really run with this T-sided half.
This is looking much better, at least. I'm excited for the prospect of the second half. We'll see what happens in the next. Will North be able to do it? Will they cross the finish line and find some kills? Dupree, showing us what he could do outside. There was a change of pace there from North, trying to adjust their positions and see whether they could get aggressive towards outside. Didn't really work out, didn't do it again. Here's the scores on the doors though. AZ much better this time, 109 ADR, 16 kills. Mertz actually showing up as well. MSL betting his performance in the first half, at least on Inferno. We've got about 3 frags in total. Kiabi and Valder all contributing, so this is looking like it could be a nice finish to this Danish Dynamite derby. That's what we think.
Danish Dynamite derby.
Yeah, there was a frag movie in Source back when they called Danish Dynamite. It's all about these kind of players like Device, Glaive. None of the other guys. MSL was Source player as well.
Neat.
And AZ.
Crazy AZ. Nothing wrong with Crazy AZ. Well, nothing wrong with North this game in comparison to where they were on Inferno. At 9-6, they have the lead again. Pistol important because the other night what did they finish at? I think it was 16-12 on this map. They got the 4 rounds T-side total.
Yeah.
So, let's see if that's...
No, it was 12-3.
Was it 12-3?
16-4 total.
Oh, we're thinking of different games, are we not?
Oh, okay.
I think I thought against Heroic it was 8-7.
Oh, you cast that game. So
yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think it was myself and Lauren Pansy Scott. She's actually, people don't know this. She is the niece of the Michael Scott.
Yes. Yes, you're absolutely right. No one knows that she's the niece of a fictional character from an American sitcom. But
well,
it's
now
true.
they do.
They do know.
So there you go. You learn something new every day. She told me she had a thing for Jim, actually.
Who doesn't? He's dreamy, isn't he? That's smart.
Yeah, he is dreamy. And yeah, he's like your everyday normal guy with a little bit of a twist.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's nice.
He is cool.
I got a thing for Jim. But then again, I also had a thing for Dwight, so, you know, maybe my taste is a little weird.
He's a strong man. He's a man's man. You know, he's got the survival skills.
He does have the survival. Man, oh man, if there was ever a fire drill, you know what? I think we need to bring him in to do some tests here.
We'll see. Speaking of tests, this will be testing North. They've got the T side now, the huge lead. And it will be an upper rush from them. Glocks, PD50's coming in. Dupree, though, mowing them down with the USP, looking for a bit more. Magus will rotate in. And it's a bloodbath on the upper side. Just human rubble remains as Astralis will be finding the clean sweep, not even taking any damage there whatsoever.
No damage, and Astralis with the win certainly is going to make things difficult for North. So my chances of going North with you, Henry, have diminished. I like the weather in the south.
The south of the equator?
That's the thing. If you're going south, what do you take with you? Well, if you go far enough south, you can take a snowsuit. I'm going to go to Antarctica. You go to the North Pole. We'll get as far away from each other as we can. As Glaive's going to work out. Smoke outside actually gives him a bit of a chance to be cheeky in this situation. Sneak up on them or just give away his position, put himself in a very awkward situation as a result. Don't agree with him firing those shots without really having missile lock, because as we saw, it just gave him away. It left him for dead. I think they spotted Device. Yeah, certainly MSL did as he jumped off the main entrance and tried to swing around Blue. Dupree, though, will certainly help as he takes down Valda. Leaves Device with a bit more to work for. Do they detect that Kirby's gone by them? No, I'm not certain they do. Device is well positioned to get the read on that. But who peeks first? Kirby does. Device spots. Good read, good position. Now knows he's stuck toward the big blue box. He'll just play the corner accordingly so that either way he goes, he'll be spotted. And Zipix was always searching for him in the meantime. There we go. Surprise, surprise. 9-8, Henry.
Absolutely so. Astralis doing what they can. Let's be free. Manages to take down the final kill there. 4 players surviving for Astralis. There will be 2K available for North. Glocks in hand. We'll see them make their way towards the upper bomb site. Maybe just a rush, trying to do the vent dive here, see if they can get a bomb planted. Not going to be rushing, waiting for the grenades to come in at least. But you can see Astralis eagerly waiting on the other side of the squeaky door. And here comes the upper play. The plant down here might work out, but Magisk is dealing with that. So is Dupree. Another clean sweep for Astralis. Money starting to get out of control for them now, and now the things are all tied up. The fact they had the lead on the T side already has been diminished. It won't really be too helpful for them now. Everything reset. Astralis now on the CT side. It's going to be a more competitive game in terms of the scoreline, but Astralis could just close it out 16-9 now. We know North have been struggling on their T side recently. 20 kills for dupreeh, just to note. He has had a few eco spray downs the last couple, but here we go. Round number 4, Mertz on the AWP, no helmet though, that's a bit of an issue.
Just dropping in immediately. He's going to watch off toward the hut. So MSL and Mertz going to work this together outside. I think I spotted, yeah, Glaive. Okay, I thought he was moving up. He's doing the, this is what you talked about last night, Hank. The little railing position with the smoke. He's actually scared off of it, despite the spray was going onto the stairwell rather than the railing itself. You might have served well. Okay, that changes my mind about that, because MSL, as we look over, has decided to spray in that direction as well. Perhaps always was, and I misread it, but it certainly was a good call then to back away. Device is going to be on an AWP, but not watching outer. Just wants to watch big. I think, given the smoke and no information, he's considering that they could have already gone by and doesn't want to overcommit tunnel in toward the cross point, but glad that he does, perhaps, because he takes down MSL, and it's now Mertz to try and rebuttal. Did you ever take debating, Hank?
No, we don't do that in the UK.
Civilized. You guys are very civilized.
No, there's no option to do that at school or anything. But Device, he's got the option to find kills. Another one to his name, 2 in total in this round. 5 versus 3. Kiabi, AZ will do what they can here, but Mage just gunning down on them from the huts. And Kiabi will keep the dream alive somewhat. AZ finds this kill. There might be a chance. Maybe there is. dupreeh is there with the sneak down. A great shot to take down Glaive. That's going to open up the lower side. Has to just go for the plant here. 20 seconds remaining. He'll plant in the open. Take a bit of a chance. Right in the open. He's going to be exposed, but it will go down in time. Makes his way in towards Toxic. Kiabi finds another. 1 versus 1. Remember, AZ tucked himself in the door. So we'll see.
As dupreeh works back in. Bomb ticking. Toxic. Less used, than previously. There's a lot of angles for dupreeh to check when you really look at that. Good play to open the doorway, but with no kit. Hoping to draw out a reaction. Oh, this is smart. AZ's not moved. Door open, quick tap. Does reveal, but never was going to win the round at that point, dupreeh.
Yeah, well, the thing is, the bomb was ticking away. He didn't really have much to work with there. Knew that AZ was inside the door, but what exact position was what completely confused him there. And it was be AZ peeking up, finding the kill, and actually putting them in quite a promising position now. They take the lead once again. 10-9 as the pause comes in. UMP's Galils.
Straightforward, really. It was smart to stay behind the door. I mean, when you look at the angles that you actually have to cover off coming out from that perspective, you've got the orange box, you've got Toxic, you've got the control room doors, you've got the control room window. A lot of options when you get a post plant in B, isn't there?
Absolutely.
More and more common. I think I'd like to look at plant statistics for each site. Percentage of plants on A versus B on all 7 maps. And I wouldn't be surprised if Nuke's the most evenly split. Mirage would be close. Cash, maybe. Train, certainly not. B would win out on Train, believe it or not. Magisk dropped onto the mid-side silos of A. He's going to move off them with the flashes coming through, but that's good for dupreeh. dupreeh, straightforward. Magisk's back out. 2 for each of them. They split the kills equally. They're all about sharing is caring, but dupreeh is down. Maybe they'll share in death as well. Watch out, Device. His headshot angle. Mertz has done well on this. Glaive's going to push through. Thankfully, he catches him in the reload. Otherwise, he would have been a goner pushing through the smoke as well. Sometimes it's to perfection. It's now 10-10. And also signals for the reset. North back to trying to get a business loan. A small business loan.
Small business loan.
Yeah. Line of credit, some would say.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be Astralis tying things up and forcing them down to just a partial buy here. CZ's the Eagles, bit of armor. Round 6. head towards outside. They have got a couple of smokes and devices ready and waiting, though. This is looking quite promising for him. He'll come up and presumably just find a kill and then sneak off back into the darkness. Comes the kill. Maybe fall back. He wants a little bit more here, but now he'll probably go down considering he's got 26 HP.
Well, pretty straightforward in the end when you really watch it all transpire, but again, just against the pistols. Money low on both sides, but Astralis just building back up the bank. Gonna find ourselves now in a situation where they can control the game as well at this point. Getting to 12 rounds, building up that money again, forcing North to try and have to be smart with their cash. Smart with that business loan, Henry. Prove they're willing to pay it back, have good credit. Low interest.
They've got nothing this round, I'm afraid. Oh, North, that is. They'll just have Glocks. No armor, no nades. Nothing. Not even an upgraded pistol. Just the clothes on their back.
Mertz. Ooh, device. Fair play. Getting on top of the silo. 3 players there. Perhaps wanting to go for a bit of a waterfall, if you will, where you jump down over the silo, get on top of the main entrance, and then run, drop, and work your way in. Glaive's going to come out to take part in this target practice that Device has going for him, but he's already cleaned up all the targets. It's 12 now for Astralis. AWP out for Mertz immediately. They're going to bring out the AKs alongside. 1 Galil for Volda. Didn't quite have the money to match and wants utility rather than just the firepower, so makes the compromise. Or as my grandmother says, the compromise.
The compromise, okay.
Yeah, she speaks her own language sometimes.
Yeah. There we go. Senderies towards
She's from a small town, very conservative.
Okay, well. From one small town boy in the form of Sadicist. I'm not sure if you're from the same place. I don't know.
I'm not, but I am from a small area.
Okay.
She'll also, if you really want, she'll do your laundry. She'll wash your clothes.
Well, speaking of washing, Astralis are mopping the floor with North right now. It's looking like quite a clean round, but all of a sudden, MSL and Mertz come to life. Let's see if they can do anything with this one. Mertz, WP. Won't be able to do much with this. Dupree, easy kill. Or is it? There it is. Comes in at the end, but it will still be a very convincing round for Astralis. And what seemed like a glimmer of hope certainly has remained as a glimmer. Looks like North will be dropping this one as well. I'll still be quietly hopeful in terms of getting bombs down at least. It's not pretty awful.
Stick to your prediction.
Yeah.
Take it to the grave, Henry.
We'll see what they can do with it. But yeah, so far North been pretty underwhelming this evening. Even they do have a competitive game. Unless they take it to overtime, it's all for naught really. It doesn't really matter. They got no points in Pro League. This isn't practice. They even want to be making it to the LAN finals. Of course, we've had more slots announced. The guys on the desk were talking about it earlier. Got South America in there as well. Extra slot given to Europe, which I think was cool. North America still at 6, Europe at 7. And then South America now with 1.
Smoke. That's... we saw that previously, the Molotov you can throw to extinguish, or to prevent the smoke from bouncing. So they use it. You can see them stop at their tracks, throw a second smoke out or additional smoke out to cover that gap, but that certainly revealed they wanted to go there, didn't it? So rotations still come in. That's still information in itself. Glaive goes directly by the back of the vents, doesn't want to contest with multiple targets. Multiple bogeys inbound, Henry, but Glaive gets the shot, doubly so as he takes down Mertz. Mertz playing on 144 hertz, but he's going to get left in the dirts.
He does.
Volda makes sure it hurts as he takes down Zipix. Over to you, Hank, at the studio.
Thank you very much, Sadicist. It's going to be Device versus Valda. A minute remaining, no bomb planted, of course. Valda will be just holding up and seeing if Device rotates in from outside. And it's a bit of a stalemate right now. No one's moving. I guess Device doesn't have to. The bomb's not been planted, but Valda has no idea where he is.
Valda gonna get wrecked by the siege of Device. 14 rounds for Astralis. The one-on-one couldn't have gone any worse for Valda. Thought he was lower. Device perfectly positioned. Could have gone very differently had he planted lower, but he was hoping desperately that Device would not be there.
AWPs, AKs, last chance for North here, really. Astralis looking for match point once again. And there will be smokes, flashbangs, HE grenades. They've got the full buy, but last few rounds have not done wonders for them. Glaive will be playing in front of the smoke. This could be a great play. Speaking of which, AZ with a nice shot towards the upper bomb second, standing free, but Glaive will be pushing through. He's in a lot of trouble now, though.
Glaive, he made a mistake with the UMP early in the half, second round of the half, in fact, when they were just against pistols. Firing too early in this position, giving himself away. This time he gets one kill, but he still has unfortunate affairs because he gets covered off from Silo as they look down upon him. The Lord looked down from above and said, "Let there be death." Majinski's going to wish you it out, but not quite fast enough to find Mertz on low HP. AWP takes him down, 14-11. North still in it with a shout.
Oh, and North with the opening pick towards the upper bomb site. Great stuff. The AKs again, of course, and there still is money for Astralis here as they rush towards upper.
Shots from Glaive. Goes for it again. Second time he's gone for it. He gets up on the railing. Goes back to it as well. They sprayed him last time. He got off the angle. He's got a third. That is well constructed.
Yeah, that's not bad. And it will be a clean sweep. It looks like Mertz might get one, but it gives his position up. Bombs down outside, and he gets a few more. He is quite handy with the AWP.
Flash goes high in the sky, and Mertz wants to peek out and get by. He's got no smokes. He's just hoping to deter them so that they don't get an angle on him in doing so. And he has made it to lower, but Mertz against the world needs an ace. Ooh, might find a third Dupree. Just barely gets across, to be fair. Ooh, that's smart. I don't mind that at all. I like this guy's mentality, you know.
He still has a chance in this one. It's not over just yet. 45 seconds to actually get the bomb down quite cleanly here.
He knows there's two below. He thinks Majistic's going to chase him a little bit quicker. Tries to surprise him. I don't mind that thought process, Dupree.
Yeah.
Okay, you want the side? I'll just go the other way.
Yeah, it's not bad at all, is it? And the money's in the bin, though, at match point. So whatever nifty little plays he was making there might all be in vain. 15-11. No pauses remaining after this one. North will do everything they can. Great play from Glaive. I love this smoke. We've seen Device use this before. Now it's Glaive up and about. You can see like they've got no idea where he is. They still can't work it out. They're just firing bullets wildly in there. It's like, how is he killing all of us?
Yeah, it is a good spot. I mean, they're aware of it because MSL was spraying against it last time, but this time obviously they didn't think he was going to go for it where he didn't last time. So 15 rounds for Astralis. We might be in for a short Danish dynamite derby dash. Daring. What else can we put in there, Henry? You seem to have all the
Danish
adjectives.
Dynamite Derby is the best I think we can think of so far.
Okay. All right, I'll leave it to you then. That's Kiabi with the CZ75. Desperate. We'll hold off toward ramp. Bomb in his hands. Glaive's outside and down below. They've already got a rotation from Device on the AWP to get to the stairwell, so anyone outside is going to have a bit of a problem. Could catch them off. Mert's getting a lot closer. Bit forward to the silo position already, and he spots the leg of a jumping Glaive. Deagle is well positioned. Headshot accuracy certainly sufficient, and Device is tunneled in toward the top of the silo, so he's got to be a little bit careful about overstepping the mark. He's timid. They can't get a read, even with, ooh, Device. Mertz gets elevated to try and look down the stairwell. Good read.
Oh, dear.
Bad throw.
Well,
good kill.
Still will be fine, but it looks things 5-on-3 as Astralis homing in on the 2-0 for the evening. Bomb down. MSL with the AWP, not known to be an AWPer, and he'll be dropped as well. It's going to be just Kiabi remaining, and we'll see with 47 HP if he can win the 4 versus 1. I'm not sure he
I'm
will.
going to say that I'm still in Antarctica, even if you're still on the North Pole. It's, because I know you like the pole. It's Astralis winning it out, 16-11. 2 straight wins for them this evening in the Danish head-to-head, and that's good for them in the Pro League standings, if I'm honest. It's not for North. They've had a bad week this week, I think.
Yeah, didn't they come in like the top 2 last season as well in terms of the standings? So
yeah,
this
Fnatic was first, they were second.
This isn't looking very good at all. This is an abomination, Alex.
It has been awful. I mean, if you look at since Kirby has joined, how many games they've won, you could count them on one, if not 2 hands. Like that's bad.
Yeah,
usually I think
as well. I think that the changes haven't benefited. Sorry, Yanko.
No, usually I think short-sleeved shirts are an abomination, but that one, Henry,
this guy pulls it off, doesn't he? It's
yeah,
not bad.
that one is sexy.
You know what? It's actually the right color that it makes his pigment almost look tan. That's
what I'm
impressive.
thinking. This is the ultimate strat, isn't it?
Plus the guns are out.
Yeah, there we go. Well, there we go, Alex. That's all from us.
Yep, thank you so much. Thank you so much. The gun show will be back. Don't worry, later on this evening. For now, though, I have these 2 fellas, my rifles. Going with the gun analogy, we're going to stop it there. Either way, Astralis do indeed pick up at the 2-0, and that's going to be 6 points in the board for them. Kirby, for the first time in the Pro League, playing against his old team, and it doesn't go well.
Yeah, probably regretting regretting that move, huh? Probably going, maybe I shouldn't have left the boys.
Yeah, and then he looks at his bank account when the paycheck comes in. He's like, this isn't too bad, is it?
Looks at the driveway, sees the BMW.
Yeah, I think the problem for North is, okay, not necessarily like they've been bad on like CT sides as well, but you know, their T sides even. That's something that we've regarded MSL for, you know, creating good game plans, being a good in-game leader. In a couple of games, you know, in a lot of games, they just have terrible T sides. They can't get anything done, you know. Sometimes you think that maybe, okay, they're not up to snuff individually, you know, they can't hit the shots, even if the call is good, the execute isn't. Sometimes the calls are off, but it's just, you know, you need to be able to do more than 2 rounds on T side of Nuke.
Yeah, because the first half wasn't
No, it's okay.
terrible.
That's pretty good.
It's Nuke, so you are expected to accrue some rounds on the CT side, but they didn't get run over, and then they just lose any impact into that second half.
Yeah, they were looking hot. The only chink in their armor on that CT side was, I think, Device able to get opening kills with the AWP. He was looking very impressive with it. I think to be an AWPer and to use it effectively on the T side of Nuke is definitely props to him. He was very dynamic in his approach and found some opening kills. You saw once again some blunders from lines being held from Mertz. He was holding a warehouse line where Device was actually able just to quickly jump him on the box and kill him, and he couldn't even see him, right? So still a few mistakes from this youngster coming out. We're seeing it time and time again. But North, I praised them on Inferno for having executes. Nuke's a very execute-heavy map, and then they got 2 rounds. That's not great.
It's not great at all. There was some slight shining lights. I mean, there was an example from AZ where he got those 4 kills in the first gun round to go ahead and, you know, acquire that one. Valdir, of course, as well. Let's not forget Valdir. He saved the round with that triple kill on the defense. Big stuff from him as well. So North did contribute in a handful of rounds, not really enough to go and start singing them from the rooftops just yet. In fact, we should probably go ahead and end it there because we've got so much more Counter-Strike to be talking about. We have G2 versus the Ninjas in Pajamas coming up next. You won't want to miss this one as we continue to see the NIP evolution, perhaps a revolution with the loss of Exist. Join
Incendiary out.